You're listening to Self-Leadership with Dr. Bensmann, the podcast for entrepreneurial minds. Are you overwhelmed by your day-to-day workload as an executive? Do you lose your course as a business owner? Are you successful but not happy as a CEO? Maybe all this has to do with how you lead yourself. Let us talk about it. Welcome to the first episode of the podcast Self-Leadership with Dr. Bensmann. My name is Burkhard Bensmann, and as a consultant, executive coach and professor, I focus on empowering individuals to navigate the complexities of leadership and personal growth. My mission is to empower leaders like you, not just to survive, but to thrive in an ever-changing world. I support you in recognizing your potential, developing it, and becoming truly effective. By mastering self-leadership, you won't just perform better at work. You will feel more in control of your life, making clearer decisions and experience more peace of mind. And I think we all need that. As I said in the teaser episode after 200 episodes of my German podcast, it was just high time to bring you this English version. So here it is. In this episode, we will do at least three things. First, I want to discuss why this podcast should become your go-to source for self-leadership insights. Then I introduce the core principles of self-leadership and why they matter to you. And as a third point, I'll give you some quick tips to start optimizing your self-leadership today. So why listen regularly to Self-Leadership with Dr. Bensmann? In upcoming episodes, I'll offer valuable insights and strategies tailored for leaders like you, CEOs, managing directors, business owners. And here's what you can expect. A couple of topics. Manage overwhelm. Learn how to streamline daily operations and reduce stress effectively. Navigate crises. Gain tools to handle unexpected challenges while maintaining control. Clarify your mission. Develop a clear mission and vision that guide every decision you make. And align personal and professional goals. Ensure that your goals align with your values for a more meaningful pursuit of success. I've seen firsthand how executives struggle with these areas, and that's why I focus on delivering practical solutions that you can implement immediately. As an executive coach and thought leader in self-leadership, I offer practical advice. It's rooted in years of experience. My background as a professor in communications and organizational development gives you scientifically grounded strategies. So, these approaches are kind of tried and true. Looking ahead, there will be a kind of mini-series on my proven model, The 7 Fields of Self-Leadership. Each episode will focus on one field, starting with why a personal mission is even more important than a vision. There will be conversations with top experts as well. I'm particularly excited to speak with a leading psychologist who selects astronauts and pilots. Imagine what we'll learn about resilience and mental focus. We will also dive into practical tools, helping you both with your daily tasks and long-term goals. After more than 30 years in coaching and consulting, I've curated the very best for you. And then there will be episodes on select tools for self-leadership, meaning tools to help you navigate your daily tasks as well as tools to refine your long-term goals. As I'm working in the fields of coaching and consulting now for such a long time, you can really expect a best-of selection. Did I supply enough reasons why you should listen to the upcoming episodes of Self-Leadership with Dr. Bensmann? I hope so. So let's come to part number 2, introduction to self-leadership. What exactly is self-leadership? The concept dates back to Peter Drucker's work in the 1960s, when he emphasized the importance of leading oneself before leading others. I've also been deeply inspired by Peter Senge's work, particularly his personal mastery approach. I've built on these principles, crafting a model from my research and practical experience. In my own field research since 2007, I've interviewed countless leaders, more than 300, I think, exploring what makes them successful and what helps them maintain balance in complex times, and gaining answers to how does self-leadership work for them. From this, I have refined my very own definition of self-leadership. Self-leadership comprises attitudes and methods for goal-oriented leadership of oneself. Self-leadership is based essentially on self-awareness, self-responsibility, and self-direction, or may I say, self-management. I emphasize attitude because it's the core of effectiveness. Think about it. Tools and methods only work if they align with your mindset. If you know yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, aspirations, you can direct your actions toward meaningful outcomes. So we must first look at our assets, abilities, talents, strengths, weaknesses, and conduct a systematic self-analysis so that we can focus on the skills that we can use, develop, and expand. This results in our central competencies, which we can use for successful action. If we know ourselves in essential basic features, then it's up to us to take full responsibility for ourselves. No one else is to blame, not your teacher, not your parents. And finally, it's about self-direction or self-management, about the systematic use of suitable methods and instruments so that we can develop our competencies and apply them effectively. So let's come to a couple of quick tips for optimizing your self-leadership. And I put them kind of in the form of questions. I have 6 questions for you to reflect upon. Question number 1, how do you rate your level of self-leadership right now? Imagine a scale from 0 to 10. How do you rate your level? Self-leadership is a fundamental skill. It begins with being aware of your actions and taking responsibility for them. How you lead yourself influences how you lead others. Remember, it all starts with you. So, how do you rate your level of self-leadership? Question number 2. Have you set a clear personal mission? Your mission acts as a compass. It's a kind of basic structure, I might say. It helps us stay aligned with our core values. It's our answer to the question, why am I on this earth? So, to make purposeful decisions, we need something like a personal mission, especially in challenging times. So, have you set a clear personal mission? And of course, the tip is work on your personal mission. Question number 3. Do you have a compelling vision for your life? A vision gives you direction. Make sure it's a vision that excites you and reflects what truly matters. A vision is, of course, you know that, a long-term image of where you want to be in, let's say, 10 years or something like that. And it's important to regularly revisit and refine your vision, because we can plan a lot of things, but then life gets into our way. So, question number 3, do you have a compelling vision for your life? If not, you might have to work on that. Question number 4, are you measuring your success on your own terms? Only you can define success for yourself. So set personal benchmarks and track your progress meaningfully and regularly. What gets measured gets improved, I hope. So which are the indicators for success, your personal indicators? And what's the kind of ritual when you check yourself? So question number 4, are you measuring your success on your own terms? Question number 5, where might you be sabotaging your own efforts? I'm pretty sure we all do our best to self-sabotage ourselves. I think quite often we don't need other people for that. Self-sabotage can be very subtle. But identifying where you are holding yourself back is, in my eyes, key to making real progress. So, where might you be sabotaging your own efforts? And finally, question number 6, do you have rituals that support your willpower? Willpower. We will get to that in future episodes. Establishing supportive habits can reinforce your willpower. Whether it's a morning routine or a weekly reflection, build rituals that give you energy and focus. So, question number 6, do you have rituals that support your willpower? With these tips, and there will be much more in future episodes with these tips, I hope I've sparked your curiosity. In the next episodes, we will dive deeper into each aspect of self-leadership. I will give you actionable insights that you can apply to your life immediately. So at the end of this episode, a kind of call to action. Think about your self-leadership. How are you leading yourself right now in this phase of your life? And where can you improve? Take a moment today to reflect on one area where you could enhance your self-leadership. So think about it. Yes, and if you found today's episode valuable, share it with someone who could benefit from it, a colleague, a friend, whoever. So thank you for tuning in to Self-Leadership with Dr. Bensmann. My mission is to empower leaders like you, not just to survive, but to thrive. So until next time, stay strong, lead yourself well. Yours, Burkhard. Thank you for joining me on Self-Leadership with Dr. Bensmann. Until next time, stay committed to leading yourself with purpose.